welcome back to KMMA. I'm Andy O.
And I'm Khalil Deal.
And we're going to be bringing to you guys the our predictions and breakdowns for the main card of UFC 311 coming up this Saturday. And it's still in LA, eh?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so yeah, I thought they may be canceled because of the fires.
Our
So
thoughts and prayers go out to everybody in those fires, man.
okay, so first here, starting out, we got a Kevin Holland against Renier de Ridder. Then it's the return of Benel Dariush against Renato Moicano. Then it's Yuri Prochazka against Jamal Hill. The co-main event will be Marav Dvalishvili and against Umar Nurmagomedov. And finally, for the main event, we have Islam Makhachev against Arman Tsarukyan.
Yeah,
So
man. Titles on the line, the Bantamweight Championship and Lightweight Championship titles on the line, man.
yeah, so we got two 5 rounders to finish off the card. Yeah, all right, man. So opening up the card, who do you got against with Kevin Holland against Renier de Ridder?
All right, want to first make a shout out to Andy O last week at Vegas 101 going 10-4 in the predictions. I went 9-5. We're looking to fucking make it keep going up this week and keep doing well in our predictions. So congratulations there last week. You did very good.
Thank you, stellar, man. That's the way we like to keep it.
All right, so we're going to talk about the first fight here of the main card. Early predictions for Kevin Holland versus Renier de Ridder. Listen, I am a big Kevin Holland fan. I really like the guy a lot. He's been one of my favorite fighters to watch when he started fighting in the UFC. But the guy, I get very passionate when I watch this guy fight. I get very pissed off at him because I know that the guy's got potential. I know that he's good. He has jujitsu skills. He has punching power. Like he started off being really, really good early in his career in the UFC. But if you look as of late, man, we're seeing a lot of red dots there. He lost 3 out of his last 5 fights. Got knocked out by Roman Dolidze in the last fight against Michael Venom Page, who I thought that he would have a chance against on the feet. Another striker who's not taking him down or anything. Lost it by unanimous decision.
Yeah, but you think, man, a guy that is no threat with the takedowns, either like Page, Holland should have been the one going for the takedowns, but he was chucked off by MVP a couple of times, remember?
Exactly. Just pissed me off there. And then against Jack Della Maddalena, he lost that split decision in that one as well. Getting a win over the older Michael Chiesa, where he got a Darce choke submission, and then also got a sub on Michael Oleksiejczuk. What I find a little strange, though, is that Kevin Holland, he made it seem like he had a rib injury against Roman Dolidze, like it was a fucking terrible rib injury that punctured a lung or whatever, and now he's back in less than fucking 3 months. You know what I mean? I find that kind of. I think he faked it personally, and got out of that fight, but. In this one here, look, I'm going for Renier de Ridder, really only because of the fact that I just don't trust Kevin Holland. I don't trust Kevin Holland on the ground. Renier de Ridder is a guy who was able to submit one of the best submission specialists in the UFC, period, in Gerald Meerschaert. And he subbed Gerald Meerschaert.
Well, let's, Meerschaert has been submitted himself like 10 times.
I know, but I'm just saying that, De Ridder is a guy who was able to sub Gerald Meerschaert, who's a guy who is a submission specialist, who's good at takedowns, and Kevin Holland is not anywhere near as good as a submission specialist as Gerald Meerschaert, and doesn't go for takedowns anywhere close to the amount that Gerald Meerschaert does. So I can see this fight going very simply. Renier de Ridder gets in there. He's got some decent striking. He's going to be careful not to get clipped by fucking Kevin Holland. He has to watch out for those punches. As long as he can avoid getting clipped, he's going to take down Kevin Holland, get him on his ass. Kevin Holland's going to fucking squiggle around and try to get up, and he's not going to be able to Renier de Ridder is very scrambly on the ground. He gets you into multiple positions. He rolls around on the ground until he gets into a position he likes, and then he latches into submission. So I got Renier de Ridder winning by submission. I would love to see Kevin Holland win. I just don't trust him. I just don't think that he has the type of skills on the ground that the Renier de Ridder does. I don't think his jiu-jitsu is good. I don't think that his get-up is good. I think if he gets taken down, like he's almost like a fish out of water. It doesn't look good when he's on the ground. So I can't trust that Kevin Holland this time around. He will be part of the brother ticket because there's only two brothers on this whole card. So he's going to be. I'm going to have a brother ticket for the betting, but Renier de Ridder's the pick here to win by submission or decision. What about you, Andio?
Yeah, look, I like parts of Holland's game myself. I like his snappy punches. I like his range. I even like some of his submission ability, but what's going to happen here is that De Ridder's going to get roughed up a little bit on the feet. He's tough, so he's going to wind up taking Holland down eventually. And he's very smart on the ground, and I think he's going to latch up that sub also on our good old boy Kevin Holland here, who I don't think even tries half the time and is just coming in for a paycheck. De Ridder, yeah, although I still believe Anatoly Malkin took his soul, like for lack of a better MMA term here, he really did, man, in their two fights together. But that's also really because I don't think, like Ridder, if you would see this fight, it's like this guy was juiced out of his mind and De Ridder very far from it, right? It was like that type of thing. And I don't think Kevin Holland does that amount of juice to really rough up De Ridder that much and get him to like retire. So yeah, give me De Ridder to do what he wants with Kevin Holland on the ground.
All right, we're in agreement with the first fight of the main card. If you guys didn't know already, we were in agreement with all of the fights in the prelims. Let's see what it looks like in the main card. We're starting off good. Let's get to the next fight here. We got Beneil Dariush against Renato Moicano. Money Moicano!
Okay, here we got Beneil Dariush coming off over 2 years off after being knocked out twice, albeit against very good competition. But man, Beneil Dariush is getting up there, and I think there's a good chance we're going to see a completely white or gray-haired Beneil Dariush tomorrow. I mean on Saturday, because we haven't seen him in so long. I do think that, hey, he has decent power. He's a better striker as everyone else usually is against Money Moicano. He's very hard to take down. And you can say that, Moicano won't have enough to put away Beneil Dariush, but I say Moicano, he can't lose. So Moicano's going to find a way, whether it could be a sloppy, trippy takedown. I think Moicano's very tough, and I think he's aware when he gets rocked up even. And that's how he won fights recently. You think he's done, but he's really not completely finished. And I think Beneil, man, I think there's a very good chance Beneil's chin is done, no matter how much time he took off. He's getting up there. They're around the same age, these two guys, but you can clearly see, in my opinion, who's going to look like the younger, sprier guy, no matter how shitty his striking looks. So give me Money Moicano by sub or decision.
Money, 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 money. I got to go with Money Moicano as well in this one.
He can't lose. He can't lose. He said. That's it.
Yeah, and also he's going to be a little bit taller there, an inch taller. I think he's going to be also physically a little bit bigger than Beneil Dariush, although Beneil Dariush is in great shape. But Beneil Dariush, man, he's just come off so many injuries, man. A meniscus tear, something wrong with his leg, a broken leg, meniscus tear, all kinds of damage. Like he's been really, really beaten up and coming off of injuries, and he's been really damaged pretty badly in his career. I think he talked about retiring even. He hinted at that in an interview. Last fight there against Arman Tsarukyan, he got knocked out pretty badly there. And also got knocked out by Charles Oliveira. Now, these are high-level fighters, very, very good. No shame in those losses. But, he did have a nice fucking fight against Mateus Gamrot. That was a very good fight where he won a unanimous decision on that fight. Tony Ferguson, by decision, he won, but he's old. And then 3 years ago against Diego Ferreira. So I think Money Moicano is going to get the win here. Just the guy is just... He's very, very good at Manny Moicano, whether it's on the feet, whether it's by submissions. He finds a way. And like you said,
Finds a way, but he's not that good on the feet.
he finds a way to land some good punches. He's got a very weird style of fighting when he's on the feet. But for some reason, he's able to land punches and throw some good kicks and punches. And he lands some good punches on his opponents. Even though he's not the greatest striker, he finds a way. He finds a way to get those punches in there, and then he uses those punches and those strikes to level change and get the takedowns. He's very, very good at timing his level changes. Now, Dariush is very scrappy on the ground as well. But Manny Moicano, man, this guy's got 10 submissions and 8 decision wins out of his 20 wins. Only 2 by knockout. So, the guy's a very good submission specialist. And he's very crafty. He finds ways to fight and get the upper hand. I like Manny Moicano winning by submission or decision. I think that he finds a way to win. But I do think that Beneil Dariush is a live dog. I have him on my dog list when it comes to the betting. He'll be on the dog list because he is fighting also for his life here. Lost 2 fights in a row. He really wants this win. He really wants to get another win. And so he is going to be fighting at a high level against Manny Moicano. All right, so we're in agreement with the second fight of the main card. That's nice. Let's move on up to the next one here. We got Yuri Prochazka against Jamahal Hill. Now, Jamahal Hill will make the brother ticket. Obviously, there's only 2 brothers in this entire card, so Jamahal Hill and Kevin Holland will be on the brother ticket. But as far as who am I going to pick to win this fight, man, I'm very, very skeptical about both of these fighters, man. Both of these guys are a little, weird when it comes to the way they fight and what they've been doing as of late. Jamahal Hill has a chance to knock out Yuri Prochazka because Yuri Prochazka, he uses his head as a punching bag. He defends strikes with his head. He doesn't fucking block. He just keeps his head there and keeps moving forward, and you can punch him a million times in the head, and he just thinks that he's invincible and keeps coming forward like a zombie, and keeps getting fucking smashed in the head, and his head keeps moving around, getting destroyed, but he still keeps coming forward like a maniac.
You gotta love it.
He has a crazy fighting samurai style. It's very awkward.
It's more like a kamikaze style.
Yeah, seriously, it's very awkward the way he fights. He's coming off that pretty bad loss, I would say, against Alex Pereira, where he got knocked out solid. Man, that head kick was serious, and he was out cold, man, flatlined in that one, man. Before that, he got the knockout on Alexander Rakic. But he also got knocked out again by Alex Pereira. That was the second time they fought. So, I'm torn between these two. To be honest with you, I'm gonna pick Yuri Prochazka, not with much confidence though. I think that Yuri Prochazka, with his toughness, with his unorthodox style, I think he's gonna do some craziness in the cage. Maybe some flying knees, some spins, spinning back fists, he might catch Jamahal Hill off guard. Jamahal Hill also got knocked out by Alex Pereira, so they have some things in common there, both of them getting knocked out by Pereira. But the left hook is what caught Jamahal Hill in his last fight, and I think that Yuri Prochazka could land a left hook on him and knock him out.
Not many people have a left hook like Pereira, though.
I know, but I'm going to take a chance on Yuri Prochazka here as my prediction. I think he wins by knockout or submission. We can see that Yuri Prochazka, out of his 30 wins, we're talking 26 knockouts, which is unbelievable, and 3 submissions. Only 1 win by decision. So most of his wins come by finish. So I got Yuri Prochazka winning this one by KO sub. What about you, Andy O?
Yeah, okay. So this is the closest fight on the card for me to pick personally. I think this fight could go either way. It's very hard to even see how this fight could go. I think with Prochazka, it would serve him well to maybe half slow himself down in this fight. But I really don't think the guy's capable of fighting any different way other than try to walk your opponent down, hit him as much from all sorts of angles as possible, and break them down while getting hit almost as much by myself, if not more. Like that's kind of like his plan. And I know the guy's tough as nails, but he's taken so much damage, getting knocked out left and right. Um, I think he was going to lose that fight against Rakic, but Rakic just wasn't ready in his first fight back after a long time off with an injury to face like that kind of style. I really don't think he was expecting it. Maybe if he was, it would have been a different story. Like I love fighters like this. That's why I don't think Prochazka will get released or anything because he always puts on awesome fights. But Jamal Hill, man, he has great power himself. One of the best things Jamal Hill does is be able to strike with a lot of power from very far away, I find, with his nice leg kicks, with his long reach. And he switched stances very well, Jamal Hill. What else here? And he's very good defensively. Now, I don't know how much that would help against a classic spinning, unorthodox, wild Prochazka up near against the fence, but maybe more in the open it will help. I think this is going to probably be more of a stand-up fight. If someone were to take the other down, I think it would have to be the guy that's a little more hurt, I think. I think it's going to be a stand-up battle. And give me the slight lean to Jamal Hill.
Wow. Okay, I'm pretty shocked on that one, man. Okay, nice. All right, so we're in disagreement with the first fight of the main card here. Let's move on up to the next one here. Yeah, I also wanted to mention this is going to be a banger of a fight. This is going to be a very exciting fight to watch. I can't wait to see this fight. It should be definitely one of the fight of the nights for sure. All right, so let's move on up to the next one here. We got Merab Dvalishvili against Umar Nurmagomedov.
All right. Wow, there's a lot of good fights on this card. I am going to go with Merab, the Machine, to pull this one off. Like, I'm not quite sure exactly how much of a dog he is, but I'm going to have to back the champion on this one. Why is that? His grappling. Yeah, but Umar has tremendous grappling. Umar's grappling is better. Well, Umar's striking is better. Overall, Umar's better. Umar's undefeated. The thing that's going to win Dvalishvili the fight is his grind, just what you see at the best, like the grinding. I predict 43 takedown attempts for Merab Dvalishvili. He will take him down on a few of them. His jiu-jitsu's not as good, but he's just going to smother him a little more. Probably win 3 rounds that way. I think Merab is unknockoutable, so you can take that off the table. That's eliminated. So if you're going to give us 2 selections of yours, the real deal coming up, take knockout off the table. I think I know which ones you're going to pick. What else can I say? Umar's striking is great. But I do think his BJJ is better and his ground skills are better, but his striking is nothing to laugh at. Another intangible as to why I think Merab's going to win this one is that he never gets discouraged. You can say that about a lot of guys, I guess, but it's really true with this guy. Sometimes if the guy is losing the fight even, or if you rock him up a bit before and he doesn't have his way for a minute or two, sometimes it seems to encourage him even more. And that's what I think is going to happen here. He's just, Umar is the O's gotta go man. It's going to happen here. And he's going to be facing the immovable object here that can't get knocked out. Dvalishvili, baby, all the way. The Machine.
All right, so for this one here, I'm going Umar Nurmagomedov.
What?
I'm going to tell you right now.
You're out of your mind. Out of your mind.
Listen, let's not get carried away here. I do believe you, man. I do like Merab as well, and he will make the dog list as well when we come talk about the betting. The line is way too wide. I'm definitely putting a sprinkle on Merab. That's for sure here. But I think for my prediction, I'm going to go with Umar Nurmagomedov to win by sub or decision. This is going to be a very close fight. Both of these guys are high-level fighters, man. Both of these guys are very good grapplers. Both of these guys are very good on the feet as well. I think that Umar's got a little bit more technical striking. I think he's a little bit more precise on the punching than Dvalishvili.
And I think he's a little more precise on the ground.
Yeah, he's also very technical on the ground. I think his jiu-jitsu's better on the ground as well. But one of the things too that you got to look out for is that he's going to have a couple of inches of height advantage here, Nurmagomedov, and also an inch of reach advantage there as well. Nurmagomedov's takedown defense is very, very good. It's very solid. So I could see out of the 43, like you said, takedown attempts here for Dvalishvili, I think he'll only get maybe a quarter of that, where he might actually get him down. But if he does get him down, Nurmagomedov will get right back up. If not, reverse it. He's got very good wizards.
I agree with all of that. If not, maybe even less takedowns. But I think he's going to tire him out doing that. So
Yeah, he
it's
definitely.
also a matter of tiring him out.
I definitely think that Mirab is on something, man, because the way this guy fights for rounds and rounds and rounds, never gets tired, keeps going, keeps coming at you, keeps going for takedowns, keeps grappling, keeps wrestling, keeps trying hard. He's got to be on some kind of juice because it doesn't make sense to keep a pace that he does. So if he does win, I think it's going to be because of the pace where he'll tire out Nurmagomedov at some point. So whoever has the better cardio, I think, wins in this one, and whoever is able to get the other person down for the longer time on the ground and keep him down will get the win on this one. And I think Nurmagomedov will be able to get Dvalishvili on the ground and stay on top of him longer than Mirab will take down Nurmagomedov. I think that even though Mirab will get Umar down, he won't stay on top of him as long. Nurmagomedov's get-up game is sick. He gets right back up. Whereas vice versa, if we see Mirab on his back, I think Nurmagomedov will have him down there longer. And I think that's why he's going to win by decision. I think a submission could happen, but Dvalishvili's too squirmy on the ground, and he might not get a sub there. But I'll take submission or decision for Umar Nurmagomedov in this one. It's a very, very amazing fight. And like I said, Mirab, the line is very wide. Definitely worth a sprinkle on Mirab as a dog play. All right. Now we are moving up. So we're in disagreement with this one. We're moving up to the final main event of the main card here. If you haven't already, please like. And if you're new, subscribe. So Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan here. I got to go Makhachev here. I got to go with the champ. He's going to have a 3-inch height advantage, which is going to be a problem for Arman. 2.5-inch reach advantage. I think his striking is better than Arman. I think that he is going to be a little bit more powerful than Arman. On the ground, it's 50-50. Arman's very good on the ground. He's very good at scrambling on the ground as well, and he did very well in the first fight when these two first fought. He came close to even having a chance to get the win in the first time they fought. But Makhachev pushed through and managed to get the win. I'm going to have to go with Makhachev to win by submission or decision. I think that this fight's going to go pretty far, and I think that fooling around on the ground is going to be the death of Arman in this one. And I think that Arman's not going to. If Arman wants to win this fight, I think he needs to keep the fight standing, and he needs to use his boxing and his striking skills. Because I think he is a little bit better than Makhachev at his boxing skills. Makhachev is good on the feet, though. But Tsarukyan, I think, is a little bit better. He'll have to keep this fight standing and try to tire out Makhachev and just try to get a lot of shots in on him, body shots and head shots. But I think that it's not going to happen. I think that Makhachev is going to be just too good with the grappling and takedowns and get Arman on the ground. Arman's going to be comfortable on the ground and want to stay there, and that's why he's going to lose and lose by submission or decision by Makhachev there. So I got Makhachev sub or decision, and still. What about?
Yeah, I think Islam is just a little too good for Arman there. One of those fights, I want Arman to win, but I just don't think he's going to get it done. Sorry. I think
Arman too is going to be on the dog list. Sorry, I had to mention that.
I think Tsarukyan, I like his kicks, man. I think he has better kicks overall than Makhachev, despite that head kick knockout that Makhachev got against, who was it there not too long ago?
Oh, yeah.
Poirier. No.
The head kick was against Volkanovski.
That was it. Yeah, that beautiful head kick. But yeah, his striking has improved tremendously, Makachev. What I think, and look, I don't think Taryukin's afraid of Makachev down there. I don't think he's too worried about the takedowns. But I think when it does happen, he's going to have just a little more control time, a little more damage, maybe one more sub attempt. And on the feet, I think he's going to be slightly ahead also. So give me a Makachev by decision. But I can also see maybe a Makachev knockout later in the fight once he starts really getting the rhythm going and using that range a little bit. One thing about Makachev, very responsible defensively. You got to remember, he rarely gets hit like flush or hard, or usually it's more of an accumulation, and he starts like slowing down a little, like a normal human, but never really from one shot. I don't remember. So, and I'm not talking about the time he got knocked out, obviously.
All right, so we're in agreement in the main event here with Islam Makhachev. Every time I look at this guy's name, Arman Tsarukyan, I think of Ken and Ryu from Street Fighter. Tsarukyan!
Yeah.
Tsarukyan! But yeah, man, I like Makhachev here. So there you have it, folks. Our early predictions for the main card. Like and subscribe if you guys haven't already, man. I've got 4 dogs in this event this time. I'm going to tell you guys right now. Last week it was Dog City, man. The dogs were barking like crazy last week. I think this one it comes more down to earth. So
yeah, if you stuck to the trends, you would have won with C-Rod there. Beautiful.
Let's not talk about it, man. You did very well. But I'm just going to tell you guys quickly the dog plays I have for this event is going to be Diego Ferreira. We're looking at Beneil Dariush. We're looking at Merab Dvalishvili and Arman Tsarukyan. Those are going to be my 4 dogs for this event, and we'll talk about the betting on Friday. Like and subscribe, folks. There you have it. KAMMA, baby. Let's get it again this week. Peace out, folks.